And there was one I think that you were dealing with as well, that where this really came home to roost.
Yes. So it was this client. She had actually inherited quite a bit of money from a very, very distant relative. It wasn't even on her side of the family. It was on the other side. It was somebody she'd never met before, never really even heard of too much before.
Oh, wow.
But then she ended up inheriting quite a bit of assets and actually property too. But kind of thinking back to who she inherited it from, that may have not been the intent, you know. So if there was just no beneficiaries listed and kind of going down the family line, that was one of the last living relatives.
Key takeaway on that part, obviously, is make sure you're reviewing and updating your beneficiary forms regularly. You've got to use those forms, particularly after major life events, to make sure that you are updating those forms on a regular basis to make sure that they reflect your current situation and what you actually want to happen. Because one of the things that folks sometimes do, and this doesn't work so well, is that they will name their estate as an heir. I think that's kind of one of the common mistakes that we see, where they just say, "Oh, well, the estate of the estate of John Smith," and just let it go to that.
Right, because then that will eventually sort of follow the will, but it's a whole tax mess for your beneficiaries. So with these estates being the beneficiary, they don't have the same rules as individuals. So the estate is going to be its own entity, and they have different tax rules. So when it comes to inheriting retirement accounts, individuals have 10 years to liquidate that account, whereas an estate sometimes has 1 year, depending on who's holding it. So we actually saw this play out with one of our clients, and unfortunately, that was a huge tax bill. Pushed him up into the 32% bracket because he had to liquidate all of it all at once, versus if you were able to split it up over 10 years, probably would have been in the 22% bracket every year. So that's a permanent 10%